That'd be good.
You know, we cover nothing up here.
Well. I'm doing well.
We're not doing well at all. I just have to say,
Adam, you're not wearing pants.
I just got back from Brazil, and as a homage, I'm speaking with a affected French accent. I'm getting rid of the H.
At least it's an attempt at English.
Yes, and I'm wearing a local movie called Velvet Elvis, filmed mostly in Trenton. I'm wearing a button. I don't know if you can get it up close.
Tom Cruise is in that, right?
Tom Cruise is getting divorced, separated from Katie Holmes.
So this is
That's a shock, isn't it?
This is like Christmas and the 4th of July in one day for
Yeah,
you.
it makes you think, though. I'm not listening to what you have to say, really, but it makes you think, though, that like
I am Jody.
if they got married over 5 years, maybe you had to pay more money, and that's why the 5-year itch and stuff. Don't speak. The cameraman's speaking too loud.
You have a 3-inch itch.
A 3-inch. Anyway,
Okay, moving right along, and we are.
I was in Brazil. I was in Brazil, though.
You were born for this role.
I don't know. I was
in
cast
Brazil,
into
and,
it, I
it was
believe.
quite interesting. But people dress. The women wearing thongs. You think they look so not hygienic. They look so uncomfortable.
That would hurt.
I was not deported, but I guess everyone's in the water and stuff. And then you have men. I guess maybe if you were gay or something, if you were gay, right?
Oh,
That's the
okay,
picture.
yes, okay.
The men, it's like Europe, though. The men are wearing Speedos, and it leaves really it's like the whole package is out there.
So you inspected the Speedos down there.
I thought about your bald head, and it got aroused. Anyway.
At least he said
Whatever
head.
gets you off, whatever
Head,
it
there you
takes
go.
for you to survive.
Okay, Carolyn.
Okay, I'm getting a little rowdy here.
Caroline, you came on. I'm trying to get away from these goody-goody type interviews,
Yes.
but since I'm a friend of yours,
Yes, you
and I
are.
went with your
We're
husband
friends.
To that Civil War.
That's right.
thing.
You guys did a wonderful trip with
Professor McPherson.
Professor McPherson.
You were in FAS, Field Service.
Well,
you were in China.
Right. Actually, I was a member of the Peace Corps in China a couple of years ago, and I do want to talk about that exciting experience. But I'm actually here tonight, Adam and Jody, to talk to your
My name's Kurt.
Oh, I don't. Who's
Jody
Jody?
Wardy's,
Okay, Kurt. I
father.
apologize.
Frodo.
Jody actually gets paid. He said
So,
he gets paid for actually doing
all right,
stuff.
here tonight with Tom and Katie. Okay, so
You got
thank
5
you.
minutes.
Okay, so I'm
Did you
here
abort
tonight
a
to talk
baby in China?
about
Did you do anything?
American Field Service, which is a very incredibly active intercultural exchange program for young people. And basically, we had, well, let me just start off by saying that we had 2 exchange students here at Princeton High School this past year. One was from Japan, and one was from, I forgot where she was from, but every year American Field Service meets the needs of U.S. students and students from other countries who wish to spend from 3 to 6 to 12 months having a global exchange experience. I am a French teacher at Mercer County Community College, as well as an ESL
You left Thomas
teacher
Edison
at
College in
correct.
Trenton.
And
Did you meet Sergeant Shriver ever?
Sergeant, well, let me talk about the Peace Corps in
You
a
only got
second.
3
We're
minutes.
going to talk about AFS
We're
for about
getting
2
already
minutes.
notes,
What I
emails from
want
our
to say
teleprompter.
is that AFS, please go to www.afsusa.org for information on how to become a host family as well as a foreign exchange student. And my daughter actually went to Brazil with AFS 6 years ago, and
really?
she
Where'd
had
you
an
go?
incredible
Where did you go in
experience.
Brazil?
She lived with a family in Minas Gerais, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Don't know where
It's
it
about
is.
an hour's plane flight from Sao Paulo.
Okay.
She did not speak Portuguese when she went there. 6 months later, she came home speaking Portuguese fluently. And
I'm
she
jealous.
had
I'm
a
jealous.
fabulous
So this kind of
experience.
program-
Did she wear a thong? Did she wear bikini?
Let me
Did
tell
she
you
adopt
something.
like that
Brazilian,
Brazilian?
I must tell you, Brazilian women are gorgeous. And you
I
know
know.
why? Because they all do plastic surgery. Every
Yeah,
woman.
that's true.
I mean, starting in their preteens, I hate to tell you. And
They get it for their
I don't promote plastic surgery.
And I'm not approved by any means,
necessarily,
but a lot of
but
girls at
they
16 get
absolutely
breasts.
do it.
They're sweet 15,
No, I
they were
know
getting
it.
breasts and
Absolutely. And
everything.
her host sister actually did this. Anyway, so afsusa.org, please, we need more host families in the Princeton area. All right, so 2 years ago, I was a member of the Peace Corps in China.
In
and
Shuangzhou,
in
okay.
Gansu, it
Gansu
was the
province.
province, and it was a small town in northwest China. And Sergeant Shriver, 50 years ago this year, started Peace Corps He was, of course, the brother-in-law of President John Kennedy. And Sergeant
And a
Shriver's
vice
vision.
presidential
Yes,
candidate
I
with
know.
the
I believe
George
he was.
McGovern.
Yeah, he passed away this past
Yeah,
year
made it
as
like
well.
95
But what
or
a
something.
legacy he left. Peace Corps, another incredible opportunity for people of all ages to participate in being an ambassador
We just got another
for the United
email
States.
about
So
Maria
Never
Shriver
ended. It's
and
not
Arnold
some nostalgia
Schwarzenegger.
thing. It's an ongoing project.
it's an ongoing project. The Peace Corps is
nothing to
now
do with
50
Maria.
years
Please.
strong
This is a
and
family show
looking
now.
forward to another 50 years or more.
We're getting these
And-
emails, though, and I'm not gonna go
Sergeant
to them.
Shriver, yes, let me just back
but
up
not
and
Mar-
say
they
for your,
wanted you to talk
for your
about Maria
audience.
Shriver, and
I
that's
know.
really nothing-
Sergeant Shriver obviously is the father of Maria Shriver, who is married to Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
and none of them was a participant in the AFS program, American Field Service. So I just want to say that as a French teacher, I am all the time telling my students, please take advantage of cross-cultural travel opportunities, study opportunities. When I was in college, I studied abroad in Paris for 1 year. It was one of the most incredible years of my life. I do speak fluent French, even with a Southern accent.
All right.
And I just think that the more that we get out and travel, we study about different cultures, we learn more about
But shouldn't
ourselves.
Americans actually know where Boston is first? Unfortunately, our lack of
You know,
geography is
it's
startling.
interesting because when you go to a small town in China and they ask you where Boston is, you jolly well do find out the answer. And I tell you, you learn more about yourself and your own country when you travel outside the country. And yes, there are lots of Chinese
The foods that
restaurants
we were in
China.
Taiwan, but China is almost like Europe. There's so many different cultures and
Oh, sure.
languages and
Yeah,
everything.
absolutely.
This is why are you giving? You used to be funny when you were more decadent.
I know it. I know it.
Why are you so
Now,
giving now?
Okay,
What's the-
let me tell you something too. Something I
ignored
read
me.
today that Mandarin is the #1 spoken language
over a billion
in the
people.
world.
There's over a
Over
billion people. I think
Second language. What do you think is the second language?
Second.
What do you think is the second most spoken language in the world?
What are the most colonies?
Adam speaks a
France,
language that only
Portugal,
one person
English.
Huh?
Adam speaks
English.
a language only one person speaks.
Wrong.
Portuguese.
English is #3. Spanish is
Spanish.
number
Okay, makes
2.
sense.
Okay, so let
How
me
are we
just
gonna
let me
combat
tell
that?
parents.
Yo hablo español. Yo vivo en la
Sí,
calle.
sí. Yo hablo español también. Je parle français, and I speak English with a Southern accent.
For a cracker, you're pretty.
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah.
But I do want to say
When
thank you
native
for
French
you
people
guys.
Hear you speak their language with a French accent, with a
Well,
Southern accent.
I don't have a
do
Southern
they-
accent. That's what's so funny,
it
Kurt.
disappears?
Kurt, okay. Let me just say that when I speak French, I speak with a Parisian accent. When I speak Spanish, I speak with a Castilian accent. And when I speak English, I speak with a Southern accent. So I have many languages. But I think, learn another language, please. I would
It helps
say
my-
to
yeah.
your audience, parents, teach your children or give them the opportunity to learn another language, a second language. If you have the opportunity
tell you the
to
easiest way to do
travel,
it.
please
You-
take that opportunity.
Whenever you're like,
Study, internships,
you
whatever.
get if you're a
Remove their
male,
teeth.
unless you're, no, when I was in Ecuador and El Salvador,
All right,
you get a
right.
girlfriend who doesn't really speak
That's
much
right.
English.
That's
and then
correct.
you have
That's
to
one way
communicate.
you can get a girlfriend or a boyfriend. But
Yeah.
no,
Well-
what you know what you're absolutely right, Adam.
When you have to
Whatever
be
it
forced to
takes,
do it.
whatever
Yeah,
it takes.
absolutely.
But please get out, see the world.
It helps your
get
brain,
to
too.
get to know the world. We now live in a global society. We're not cordoned off anymore. We can no longer hide our heads in the sand and say we don't know what's going on in the world. We better
We
know
got
what's
another
going
email.
on in
Did
the
you,
world.
during our anti-French tirade after 9/11, did you
Yes,
call? Did you say
yes.
call them French
Absolutely
fries or
not.
freedom fries?
French
That's
fries are
Belgian.
American.
It's Belgian. No, I thought
French
it was
fries are
Belgian.
American. Is an American invention.
Getting a lot of emails today.
And when I go to France, it's amazing how much English is being introduced into the French language.
You know what I don't like
So-
as I got older though too, and I don't really have much class, but the kind of glitzy parts of American culture are invading, like especially in the banlieues, whatever like the ghettos. You have fast food restaurants, hip hop clothes, people gaining weight and stuff. I mean, do you see that in China?
Well,
even
I
in
want to tell
Northwest?
you that I was
Lady Gaga?
again. I was in probably the most remote place that you could be in China as
Like
a
you had to
Peace
have
Corps
10 shots
volunteer.
to go there?
I had to have 50,000 shots, courtesy of the American taxpayer. Thank you very much. But I want to say that in my classes, I had more than 200 students. In each class was maybe 80 students in a class, and each one, to the last person, said that his or her dream was to come to the United
Yeah.
States of America at some point. That is the dream of most people in the
And start a
world,
talk
to
show.
come to
That's true.
the
No,
United
America
States.
is so unique.
It's
I- I-
amazing how much
you know,
we are revered by the world. And
Some of it could be Hollywood, but also it's just a happening place. What's the only country that keeps renewing itself every 20 years with immigrants, different ideas, different people?
I think we've got a lot going for us. I'm so pro USA. We won't get into politics tonight, but
We
I
can.
really feel that
we have an
whatever we're
email.
doing, we're
Were
doing
there
it
fat
right.
people
you
in
know.
China where you were?
I was the fattest.
You look, you look thin.
I really was. And I'll tell you, it's a great place to go to diet if you go to places
Did
such
you
as
get
I
sick, though?
went.
Did you
No,
catch anything the
actually,
first couple of weeks?
Knock on wood, I was never, ever sick. Thank you.
Oh, that's
Thank
good.
you very
'Cause
much.
usually new germs, you know.
Yeah, but it was a fabulous experience. Please, if you're thinking about the Peace Corps, it's wonderful for young people. It's wonderful for adults, or older adults who might be retired, because the Peace Corps will pay for your health benefits. You do get about a $200 a month stipend. You
And
get
Also,
housing.
if
It's
you
all
happen to
thrown
die, you
in.
get a free funeral.
No, but there's a fraternity you belong to, though. There's
It's
a
a frater-
fraternity
right.
and contact.
Right, it's
Another
an
email.
organization.
This is very. We're getting juvenile emails.
I'm loving it.
Did you eat dog?
You know, not to my knowledge did I eat dog. However, I did see dog for sale in the food in the market.
You know,
in
I
the-
really
in the
can't knock it
outdoor
because in
market.
America, look at all the crap we eat.
Exactly.
I mean,
So
the processed.
What about clothes you wear?
The
This
diet.
is a homage to my Brazil
The
experience.
diet in China is probably the healthiest in the world, and
Right. Died to make
but anyway, all joking aside, get out, see the world. If nothing.